Since you're sitting right here, we were really actually want to know like your views on him saying or you know what I'm saying? Like what do you have what are your views on
man.
that?
Now, Danny knows he's wrong for that, right?
I don't know, motherfucker right here, that ain't me.
Now would I like use that to say Danny is a racist? I don't think again, just me personally, I don't think Danny is a racist based on our interaction. But like he knows like, like you probably should, like should not be saying or right, but like, I don't think that he's a racist though.
I just want to say it's a fine line, and there are a lot of ways a man can stumble into saying the N-word. This is to my defense. For instance, the show notes are on screen right now. The first article, I almost read it aloud when you guys first popped it up. Man selling solar, accidentally saying, "Oh wow, there it is there with the 2 G's and all." Yeah, it says, and that is a booby. That is a white man booby trap. Okay, it's like you catch the bears with the claws.
Somebody brought that up before we went live.
Yeah,
they weren't supposed to do that shit.
And I hope to God it wasn't Adam that wrote that, because you feel me.
There's gonna
she
be.
raises her hand. I give her the topic.
Now Vashti is unconfirmed 50% Negro.
Unconfirmed.
Right?
No, but Danny, what would make you say, you know what? I'm gonna use this shit in a joke, and they might kill me, but fuck it. But I ain't racist, but I'm gonna just see where it takes me. Is it for money or is it just for the shock factor?
To be fair, it was prom night, and I yelled it out the window of a moving car. No, I'm joking. I don't want to retread on this too much because I've been pressed by Kiki on it. I got pressed by AD and House Phone hard on it.
Like basically pressed like beat like they wanted to whoop your ass or what?
Maybe. It's
awkward
debatable.
Energy.
It's debatable, but
it's debatable because you know how to whoop ass.
Not really. I know.
Yes, you do.
I know a little bit of jiu-jitsu, but on some hard surface, if one of your homies shows up with a broken Heineken bottle, I'm in trouble. I know that a little bit of jiu-jitsu isn't going to save you in a lot of street scenarios. But the reason I said it,
one of your homies, that sounded hella racist. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm on thin ice right now, dude. I gotta be careful. I should probably just step off the pod for the rest of the episode. But the N-word thing, basically, it was a few years back, and we were doing some videos, and I said it a couple of times with supervision of a black man, which I think is important.
What type of fucking black man is this?
Irrelevant.
Well, he's an off-white black man, right? King Croc.
King Croc.
He's off-white.
Well,
So
Bayna.
What the fuck you mean he's
I had a guy named
darker
Bayna.
than you.
Like again, like Croc is an off-white black man, right? Like he's not really like one of the quote-unquote homies.
He is dark. I mean, he is straight out of Nigeria. So that counts for something.
No, he's dark-skinned, but he's not a nigga. He's a black man, but he's not a nigga. If that makes sense.
But
right?
How do you identify, Flacco?
Me?
Why? Because he articulates himself well.
Huh?
Why? Because he articulates himself
basically,
well.
he plays video games.
I think we're being genuinely dishonest if we are here saying that we don't know the absolute clear line between a black man and a nigga. We know. We absolutely know, T-Rell.
So, by that logic, a black man shouldn't be able to say that word. Only
Nah.
I'm pointing my finger, but
by that logic, yeah.
I feel like the word nigger should be off limits for anybody. For everybody.
I don't
Except
think
for you.
Yeah. But I don't think anybody.
He just said it.
It just sounds uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Though.
no,
Like,
right?
It just sounds crazy. But Danny, was it for a shock factor though? Like
a little bit, and like the context was like, so I don't say it anymore. I realize it's hurtful. I don't like the negative attention I get from it. And it never made me feel better. It was important to me to be able to say that word. I don't feel like my free speech is being trampled on. But I think you have to acknowledge, of course, that there are different contexts somebody can use that word in. In art, for instance, like watch a Quentin Tarantino movie. Like, should Quentin Tarantino be crucified because it's in his script?
Then again, Quentin Tarantino for sure has a fetish with saying that word.
Maybe, yeah.
And it really pushes the line. Like
he made himself the actor in Pulp Fiction just so he could say it a bunch.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
I haven't gone that far.
It's like Oliver Stone with his Asian fetish. It's like the same thing, but just in a
Yeah, I didn't know Oliver Stone and him and I have that in common. Then we'd like to.
How do you feel about that? I mean, have you ever been in that that situation where you feel like you get to say that, Lush?
I mean, it depends on who I'm around, to be honest with you. And like at this age, I choose not to say it, but growing up predominantly around black and brown people.
You said it before, Lush.
Yeah, of course.
He says it right now. It's in your community. It's in your vocabulary.
I'm not going to say it's not in my lexicon, but I don't use it. Like I really, as a 40-year-old, because here's the thing. I don't want to have to switch code to the point where if I'm walking down the street and I happen to say something and there's like, you know, older black people that were there during segregation happen to overhear it. And even if I'm saying it with good intentions or like I'm one of the guys or whatever, that's still like could be hurtful. And I don't want to be the source of that pain for anybody.
So are any of your family members racist, or does it make you uncomfortable if they say that word out loud?
No. My parents are, we actually my crew and I wanted to play a game. We thought about doing this where we would hide GoPros all over our family homes, go back home and try to see how many racial slurs we could let out in front of our parents before they were like, what the fuck are you doing right now? What are you saying? And we all bet on how many words would be let go before our parents would speak up. I think my parents would chime in after 1 or 2. They'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? So my parents would allow 2 racial slurs before they checked me, if that answers your question.
Okay.
But then there's some guys in my crew who might be able to get out like 14 because they grew up, I don't know, in a southern state.
Who? Like Leo?
Leo's dad is a conservative Italian guy who's got a good heart, but he's a conservative dude, like in his 70s.
Wait, Leo's not Latino?
He's Italian / Colombian / Argentinian.
Okay,
he's got a little bit of that.
So he is, yeah.
Yeah, but like he still can't say that word though, right?
No, but I was just surprised to hear about,
okay.
You know, and I understand the whole racist Italian thing. My family's Italian, but they're not like that. They're like outcast Italians that moved to the West Coast. So,
all right, people, we just hit 300,000 subscribers. You know we're trying to hit 400,000 subscribers. So that little red button, tap it, tap in. Appreciate y'all.